So the Eagles just beat the Vikings 34-28 in prime time. That was a pretty good game, not gonna lie. Pretty good game. Hopefully y'all watched it, because if you didn't, you missed out on some pretty good football. I had a good time watching it, so yeah. I'm kind of gonna just, break it down quarter by quarter. I kind of thought that'd be kind of the best way to go over it. Kind of have the stats up in the background, kind of go over that, you know. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. I just wanted to talk about this game. It's a good game. As you can see, Eagles won 28-34. I'm gonna kind of get into everything in just a second. Kind of just setting up the stream real quick, making sure it's working on my end and yours, because it may not actually be streaming right now. I gotta just make sure it is. Alright, I think we're good though. But alright, so pull that up, and then cool. Alright, so we're gonna get into it. I'll go, like I said, quarter by quarter. It started off with Jalen Hurts, not Jalen Hurts, with the Eagles having the ball. Also, what's up, Duckies? Hello, welcome to the stream. About to confuse you again. I'm just kidding. But no, I appreciate you being here, Duckies. What's up, man? Also, I appreciate you that real quick. Let me pin that. Bro, I almost put you in timeout again. I think I did that last time. Almost put you in timeout. I think the pin button and the timeout button are just so close together. But, okay. Alright, let me hit that. Alright, we good. So, anyway. Jalen Hurts, Eagles have the ball. I keep starting with Jalen. So yeah, Jalen Hurts though, he started off with him throwing a nice pass to Devontae Smith. Like, they were having a nice first drive, like it was solid. But then that nice pass to Devontae Smith set him up first and goal. But then during that first and goal, they did nothing on first down. They did nothing on second down. And then Jalen Hurts, he tried to run out to the right a little bit for a touchdown. He tried to like get it in there, but he just wasn't fast enough. It just got blown up immediately. So they just had to settle for a field goal there. So at least they got a few points on that first drive. That's kind of all you want there. So yeah, 3-0 after the first drive. But then the Vikings, get the ball. The Vikings drive went nice for a little bit. Justin Jefferson, he had a nice deep crossing route, which is pretty good, but I'm going against Justin Jefferson in fantasy. So good for the Vikings, bad for me, bad for the Eagles. Also, Justin Jefferson just went off in general today. Here, wait, let me pull up Justin Jefferson's stats real quick. Look at this. Where is he at? 11 for 159? That is not good for me or the Eagles. But props. That's a hell of a stat line for that guy. But anyway. That's first drive for the Vikings. Justin, that's when he got a nice chunk of yards right there on that deep crossing route. But it was great pressure by the Eagles defense. Like, they were making Kirk Cousins scared out there just a little bit. Like, it was like Brandon Graham, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, all of them, dude. All of them were just wreaking a bit of havoc out there. It was pretty cool. Like, that drive, they shut it down. That Eagles defensive line, 2 stacked. Let's see. I didn't stat how many sacks they got. I know they got a few. Where are they at? Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, they only got 2. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Josh Sweat. Jordan Davis. Oh, it's Jordan Davis. Okay. I'm getting Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter mixed up, I think. But either way, solid sack. They might not have got a sack on that drive. Hold up. Either way, okay, you know what? I skipped a thing. Either way, they had a punt because they weren't doing much. A funny thing, though, they did do was Dallas Goedert. They only gave him 1 catch in week 1, I'm pretty sure, is what the announcers were saying. So this time, they were kind of feeding him early on. Where's his catches? So yeah, a few of these 6 catches were like early on in the first quarter, and like yeah, they were just targeting him. So that's kind of cool to see too. AJ Brown, he was kind of getting mad out there because he only had 4 receptions. I think the announcers were also talking about him kind of going off a little bit. Oh, the Duckies, the 2-0 and 0-2. So the Eagles have played 2 games and they've won 2 games and they've lost 0. The Vikings have played 2 games and they've lost 0 games. I mean, they've won 0 games and they've lost 2 games. That's kind of, yeah, because this is week 2 of the NFL season. Yeah, I kind of keep fumbling over my notes a little bit because I wrote down the first quarter, but then I typed up quarter 2, 3, and 4, so that should go smoother because my handwriting's pretty bad. But one thing about the Vikings too, they were not letting Jalen Hurts run that much. He only had 35 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, but that's just because they do their old reliable play where they just do a QB sneak and they all just push him into the end zone. Like that was like a 1 yard touchdown. Both those touchdowns are a 1 yard, maybe half-yard touchdown. Barely doing any work. So the Vikings were really holding Jalen Hurts to not having to run, which he didn't even have to because look at DeAndre Swift's stats. Dude, this guy freaking looked great out there. The entire game, DeAndre Swift was feasting. He looked crazy explosive. He just looked fast. He just looked ready to perform, and he did. He sure did. Look at that. 175. Whoever had him in fantasy, dude, I'm pretty sure was happy about that. He only had 1 carry in week 1. So he told them like, yo, this is why, or he showed them why he should have had more. So that's crazy. So the 28 is the points for the Vikings over the 2 game. Oh no, the 28 Duckies actually is the 28, or shoot, sorry. The 28 is the points they scored tonight, and the 34 is the points they scored tonight. So every game the team starts at the 0. So it's like, huh. I don't know how to like explain. I guess you're only worried about wins and losses because it's like whoever has the most wins at the end of the season pretty much goes into the playoffs. So as long as, and like there's 17 games. So out of 17 games, you got to have more wins than this team. And so since they have 2 wins and they have 0 wins, the Eagles have a better chance of getting into the playoffs than the Vikings do. If that makes sense. Oh, one thing too, the Eagles punted on one of their drives, and the Vikings had a pretty good return up until they had a like crazy fumble. Like it was a nice return, and boom, just ball got popped out. Eagles picked it up, and it was kind of sad. The Vikings really did not have anything go their way the first quarter. The first half, the whole first half, the Vikings were not having a good time. I think it was like 2 turnovers, and then that Justin Jefferson uh, touchback that should have been touchdown. Wild. Oh, let me flip my page. There was a 13-16 situation for the first quarter, and Jalen Hurts he threw a bad interception in a double coverage. It was a bad read. That one of these picks right here, this pick, that was just a bad read. He did have good stat line, 18 for 23, but that was a bad read on the interception. Let's see. I want to see more out of Rashad Penny. Not gonna lie, he only had 3 carries. I feel like they could have given him a little more, because I think Boston Scott went down. But I guess DeAndre Swift did have the hot hand, So, like, why not keep giving him the ball, I just want to see more out of Rashad Penny. Think it'd be kind of cool. Uh, what's that called? A funny thing that did happen, though, as well, with these guys. Freaking. So, after that interception that I was just talking about, right? Alexander Madison, the Vikings running back, he fumbled the ball and turned it right back over to the Eagles. So it's like Jalen Hurts had such a bad read, threw it in a double coverage for interception, gave it to the Vikings, and the very next play, the Vikings just gave it right back with a horrible fumble by Alexander Madison, who did not have a good game at all. I was like, damn. Because he was supposed to like be the successor to Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook had a better time with the with the Jets than Alexander did tonight. Oh, and yo, also, what's up, Mr. Segudi? Welcome in. Hold on, I gotta make you a uh, whatever it's called. Boom. Manager. That's the word. But hell yeah. Heck, goo. Alright, so, no, that was a crazy situation, though. They're just playing, like, they're just tossing it back and forth to each other. But the Eagles got it back after that, and they really just did nothing with it anyway. They ended up just getting a field goal. Oh, no, actually, they missed a field goal. That's what it was. It was like, man. At the end of the first quarter, too, Kirk Cousins got sacked. They were trying to go down the field, actually try to get some points in the 2-minute drill, and he got sacked. Very unfortunate. And then yeah, the end of the first quarter just ended up 3-0, Eagles 3, and the Vikings up 0. My bad. My handwriting is bad on these notes. I'm trying to read. It's alright. I'm gonna switch to my laptop. Also, Mr. Saguni, Big Dog Fantasy. So far I'm 0-1. I lost my week 1 because I lost my week 1 by 9 points because Aaron Rodgers got unfortunately injured. But it's okay. It's better he recovers than I win fantasy. But also this week, I don't have anyone playing yet. So I don't know. My opponent had Justin Jefferson. Right now, he freaking Justin Jefferson, look at his stats. I've already kind of shown him a little bit, but dude, Justin Jefferson killing me in fantasy right now. That's a little bit of how it's going right now. That sucked. But the Vikings started the second quarter, by the way. Just am I on them? Yeah, I'm on the Vikings right now. Damn, Alexander Madison had 8 carries for 28 yards. That was bad. He also had a couple of his good plays get called back due to penalties. So maybe he should have a little bit more than that. That could be a little bit skewed. Some of that's on the lineman. Also, that's pretty sick. If your coworker ever wanted to join our fantasy, dude, we're full right now, but I think people are leaving. We always have a few people leave every year. Or if you ever want to join if anybody wanted to join our fantasy, we always have people leaving. It is like a fee to join though, so but no, just hit me up. You could join anywhere. But it always sucks when your starters go down though for sure. That's always horrible. Especially when you draft them with your like high pick. That's when you can maybe trade them though and try to get some young guys who are going to develop. And then somebody will trade for him and like keep him on the bench until he gets healthy, maybe. And then you could take advantage of like the younger guys starting and getting like all the reps, trying to get them touchdowns. Like Romeo Dobbs, I think he's a huge sleeper in fantasy. Tell your coworker that. But anyway, so yeah, the Vikings started the second quarter with the ball. They were on a 2nd and 2 because, or second and 12 because that's just how it ended after the first quarter. But they got a nice pickup from Jordan Addison, made it 3rd and 3, more manageable. And then KJ Osborne got a nice pickup. Both them are actually performing pretty good. Let's see them stats real quick. Dang, KJ 33 for 34. It felt like KJ Osborne was doing a lot more out there. I think he may have dropped 1 or 2 passes though. He was looking like Kadarius Toney out there a little bit. So his stats should be a little bit higher than that, I feel like, if he didn't drop them. Jordan Addison, 3 for 72 and a touchdown. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I feel like he needs to get more catches than 3. Like TJ got 7 and KJ got 3. I feel like Jordan should get like 5. Give Jordan Addison at least 5 catches. Maybe he had more targets. I may have missed a couple of incomplete passes. Maybe they're to him. I don't really know the targets. But yeah, I like to see more out of Jordan Addison. We need another, or Vikings need another guy to step up behind Justin Jefferson. But in all reality, this is a really solid receiving core. I like TJ Hawkinson a lot. This guy is making plays. He's doing good. 2 touchdowns. He's doing good. And if KJ didn't drop them balls, he was pretty good. At one point, after they did pick up, at one point while the Vikings were still on offense, my bad. They went for they tried to do a no huddle and were trying to just draw the Eagles off sides, but the Eagles were not having it. And they tossed it to Alexander Madison, and Jalen Carter blew it up. He just blew it up like it was nothing. That was pretty cool to see. That's when TJ Hawkinson made a nice play, like what he does. And Justin Jefferson. Where's TJ? One of his touchdowns, actually, he had to break a tackle to go into there. I don't know if I don't think I said that. But yeah, no, he had to break a tackle to break that. I forgot who he broke through. But it was a nice touchdown. Good throw, good catch. Broke through a guy to get in the touchdown. Vikings were at 7. Eagles are at 3. Pretty much halfway through the second quarter. It's pretty good. You know, I don't know if there's a better way to break down it. Because, like, if you go quarter by quarter, it's like, doesn't go with the stats. I may need to get a new background. Or at least, like, the notes don't match with the stats. Or some. But the second quarter, pretty good. All in all. The Vikings moving the ball, making plays. Eagles moving the ball, making plays. DeAndre Swift, like I said, he looked explosive the entire game. He was not like, he probably sat on the bench for like a minute and then he was back in the game. I didn't realize Jalen Hurts ran for 12 times and only got 35 yards. That's crazy. Like they did get the running game working a lot, like well. So it doesn't matter how much he runs for when you got everybody else running. So that's good. But yeah, no. At the end of the second quarter, it was just 10-7. Eagles were still up 10-7 at the end of the second quarter. A.J. Brown not getting any targets, really. And then at the beginning of the third quarter, the Vikings started the ball up again. And that's when Josh Sweat got his sack, causing freaking Kirk Cousins a fumble, man. That's that's what, like, Eagles were first and goal. Were easily able to pick up the touchdown. That's when they did another one of the QB sneaks. That's when the second freaking touchdown for Jalen Hurts came in. literally, okay, so the Vikings like shot themselves in the foot pretty much multiple times and were able to still come back from it. So that's good. They made up from their mistakes over and over. Cause like they should still have been in this game. If Justin Jefferson didn't fumble the ball out of the end zone and get that touchback, they should be in this game. I'm glad he didn't get that touchdown because, like I said, he's beating me in fantasy already. But they needed that touchdown. They also need Alexander Madison to step up, not step up, but like be able to break off more plays. Maybe it's the line. The Vikings had three left tackles play. Christian Darrisaw got hurt. Their backup, oh, I forgot his name, got carted off. They had their third string left tackle playing. That's unfortunate. Maybe that could be a reason why Alexander wasn't performing as well. You know the line. I During the third quarter, it kind of felt like the Vikings were like the Giants. You know how the Giants set records for having horrible like mistakes happen over and over and over. It felt like that's what the Vikings were gonna do all game. But halftime, it really saved them. Halftime saved them a lot because they were down 27-7. Oh no, actually 27-14. They managed to score. Yeah, one thing that really surprised me for sure about this game is how quiet of a day AJ Brown had. This is one guy I was gonna draft in fantasy, 100% if he was available. I got a Monroe St. Brown, and I accidentally got Cooper Kupp auto drafted. I think if I could go back, I maybe would have maybe got either AJ Brown or Devontae Smith with my Cooper Kupp pick just because he's on IR. Who knows how long he'll be there? But I was really shocked that AJ Brown had a quiet day out there. I was like, damn. I was like Baba Booey. Nah. Like friggin' Baba Booey. I wish I had alerts. I don't know how to do any of that. I'm gonna leave all that Streamlabs stuff to you. Another thing that was cool, the Vikings, they didn't get a single penalty until the end of the third quarter. There was like 20 seconds, maybe. 20 seconds left for the third quarter. That's when they finally got their first penalty. And it was like, oh, I was sad. I was hoping to not see a single penalty on the Vikings at all. But it was probably inevitable that they'd get a penalty or two. It was honestly kind of weird not seeing a penalty for that long because watching the Broncos game and them having 20 penalties, 10 apiece. Let's see how much penalties were in this game. 7, 8, 9. Vikings only had 2 penalties all game. That's really well disciplined right there. But 9 oops, I dropped my phone, my bad. But 9 penalties overall. That's pretty good because I just watched a game with 20 penalties. And you know how hard it is to watch a game with 20 penalties? Stopping every 2 seconds. Man, that was brutal. But this is good. So, 4 punts. Dang, Jalen Hurts got sacked 4 times. I know Danielle Hunter got 2 of those sacks. Those are pretty nice. Also, what's up, Isaac? Good to see you. Welcome in. What up? Look at that time of possession. Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. That time of possession, 39 and a half minutes for the Eagles compared to the 20 minutes for the Vikings. There was seriously a drive where the Eagles ran the ball, what was it, like 13 times? They ran the ball 13 times and passed the ball 3 times. And it was 7 times in a row. They ran the ball 7 times in a row and gained a good chunk of yards on each run. It was wild. They wasted a lot of time. and it was great. It was cool to see all that. 39 minutes. I can't believe 19 whole minutes more than the Vikings. And it was just them running the freaking ball. Look at that. 4 fumbles lost. The Vikings fumbled 4 times. How props to the Vikings fumbling 4 times and being this close into the game. Cause how are you oh, that's dangerous. 24 first downs. And look, 28 rushing yards. The Vikings only had 28 rushing yards. That's another thing. They did not get their rushing game going at all. They had Justin Jefferson beasting and pretty much not much else. Like Jordan Addison was good. KJ, if he would have caught the ball, was good. But they need that rushing game. I think they might be missing Dalvin Cook a little bit. At least a little bit. Or at least sign somebody else to get in there. Because 28 rushing yards is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Because, like, gross. I'm just happy about the penalties. That was good to watch without seeing a penalty every 5 seconds. Also, hell yeah, Isaac, if I'm available, I will for sure tune in. I'll see what day. Oh, in 2 days, 2 days. I thought it said a couple of days. My bad. I just kind of glimpsed it. So 2 days. Let's see. What's 2 days? Today's Thursday, Friday. So Saturday. Yeah, dude. I don't work Saturday, so I should be free. I should be free to tune in for sure, dude. I'll be hella down. But what's it called? Oh, AJ Brown, he kind of got robbed of 2 touchdowns, I guess. So his stats are a little skewed a little bit as well. He could have got a touchdown, but he could have possibly got held. The referee slash announcers said it was just like a bing bang play too fast that they couldn't call a flag for it to be pass interference. Because the ball was coming in as I guess the ball was coming in and it was like too close to AJ while the guy was hitting his arm. So the ball wasn't far away enough, I think. So it wasn't a pass interference. So I don't know. Maybe it would have been called if there was different referees out there. Maybe if it was a different team, maybe different circumstances. Who knows? But a lot of people said it wasn't a penalty. So I'm going to say it wasn't a penalty. And then another one, he just kind of caught the ball, and there was a holding penalty. He caught the ball in the end zone, kind of in the right corner of it. One of the linemen were caught holding, or were called for holding. So, he may have been robbed of a couple touchdowns. I feel kind of bad for AJ. I remember that. It's crazy how much yards Justin Jefferson had with 9 minutes left. He was over 100, and there's still 9 minutes left. And they were still using him all the way till the end. He was at 115 with 9 minutes left, and they still put him freaking in good situations where he was racking up yards. They wanted to win. The Vikings never gave up. They all played hard. Every one of them. Even if they had not a great game, they all went out there and wanted to win. So that's good. The Vikings, I feel like, are probably going to be just fine next week as long as they get their rushing game fixed. That rushing game is a disaster right now if it's only going to be 28. Gross. On the other hand, though, that Eagles rushing game, tremendous. Absolutely stupendous. If you guys, DeAndre Swift is also another good fantasy pickup, I feel like 100%. TJ Hawkinson, I feel like it's a good fantasy pickup as well. I had him, I drafted him 1 year. He racked up a lot of points for me. He could be a good red zone guy. Them 2 touchdowns, I feel like he's good for maybe a touchdown a game. Like he could probably get a touchdown a game. That's pretty good. Like if you don't have any tight ends or something, he's probably already rostered. I do want to see a lot from Big Rashad Penny though, for sure. Also KVI, what up? Yes sir, you're about to be baked up. Bake me up. That is funny. Alright, there we go. You have been baked up, young squire. No, I don't know. So pretty much that fourth quarter, the Eagles were just trying to waste time, and the Vikings were actually making a comeback. I was not wanting the Vikings to make that comeback, so kind of glad they didn't. It's good. What's Daniel Hunter's stacks out there? Wait, did he get two? He got three. Daniel Hunter, dude, it's good to see him out there. He's been injured a lot, so him being out there getting 3 sacks and getting like disrupting the game nonstop. I freaking love Daniel Hunter. He's a great player. Finally on the field, wreaking havoc. It's crazy to see Harrison Smith out there. He got his name called a lot. That dude's been there forever. Oh, one thing I did notice as well with Jalen Hurts, this dude he likes to target Devontae Smith. It felt like with four, it didn't really seem like he like maybe if we see the targets, let me look up the targets he had. Hold on, let me see. Let's see who had more targets. This one doesn't show me the targets. Okay, so AJ Brown was targeted 6 times for 4 receiving. Oh, you know what? That's funny. So he was targeted 6 times. The 2 ones that he didn't catch should have been touchdown catches. So that's kind of crazy. Let's see how much Devontae Smith was targeted. Uh, oh, hang on. I misspelled it. There we go. So Devontae Smith, if it'll load, my bad internet right here. Actually, it's not showing me right here. Huh. I don't know. Maybe it was pretty even. Because if he only got 4 catches, maybe I just felt like he got more targets because he was making the bigger plays. I could just be remembering different. But I know AJ Brown was just getting like mad that he wasn't getting targets. That's what the announcers were all like talking about. So it kind of felt like Jalen Hurts favored Devontae Smith more, or he trusted Devontae Smith more with the bigger plays than he did with AJ Brown. Even though you would think with the bigger plays you would trust your bigger guy to like beat the contested catch or to get those contested catches, you know. But I think he just feels comfortable with Devontae Smith, so they're gonna be great. I know them two guys though are like probably one of my favorite 1-2 combo in the league though. AJ and Devontae, straight up one of my favorite receivers in the league. I was gonna draft him. Maybe I'll try to trade for him because he's probably at a low right now. Everyone wants Devontae Smith. Maybe I could try to swoop AJ Brown from whoever has him. Let's see. He'll probably have a great game next time. Who do they play? Let's see who the Eagles play. I didn't even like. It's cool that Eagles are 2-0. I wonder how like if they have a chance to be the undefeated team. You know how there's always one undefeated team in the league usually? I wonder, like, who's going to be the longest undefeated team. Eagles have a chance. Eagles definitely have a chance. Ooh, they play the Buccaneers next week. That's a good chance to go 3-0. Baker Mayfield, that's a great chance to go 3-0. That's crazy. Okay, so I feel like that's a good chance for AJ Brown to go off as well. So I feel like the Eagles receiving will be just fine. The more thing I'd be worrying about is the Vikings rushing. I know I've already said that, but 100% worry about that. I hope he bounces back. Alexander Madison, I really hope he bounces back, but they should sign another running back for sure. Because, yeah, there's no way just to have him carrying the ball. Need more people doing that on the Vikings offense. Also, that was pretty much all of what I got for that game, to be honest. It was pretty good. The Eagles pass rush, pretty solid. Way better than they performed in the Super Bowl with that bad grass or turf or whatever it was that was said to be messing them up there. So on normal grass, they performed pretty well. They held them to only 28 running yards, 4 sacks. They lived up to their expectations, I guess you should say. Vikings, I guess they lived up to their expectations. Nobody expects the Vikings to do much. Except, I mean, everyone expects Justin Jefferson to go off, of course, but nothing much else. But it was a good game. I'm just talking crap. Both teams are going to probably do pretty good this season. Have a lot of hype for them both. And, yeah, I think I'm going to probably call it there. I appreciate all y'all showing up. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know, freaking, I think I made all y'all moderators, right? I hope I didn't miss anybody. I think I got you guys. Isaac, KVI, Saguni. Shouts out all y'all duckies. Appreciate y'all. Shouts out. Thank you all moderators. If I missed y'all, I'll get y'all next time. And yeah. Oh, actually, one more thing. I think Eagles will probably have a better season than the Vikings. That's just my opinion. That's probably how it'll be. Vikings might probably have a bounce back. Let me see the Vikings schedule real quick. Before I let y'all go, Vikings schedule real quick. Real quick. Let's see if they have a nice chance to, bounce back from this next week. Oh, they versed the Chargers. That's actually, I feel like that's kind of a toss-up with the Chargers because you never know what Chargers team you're going to get. Because they could be, like, really good, really solid, using their run game nice, like, performing how they should. Or they could just, like, be the Chargers where they're performing with their old coach. But I guess it is with their old coach. Maybe it is all the coach's fault. But they were just bad. Like, they were just a weird team last year. The Broncos beat them, and then how they lost in the playoffs. Those are both weird games. So Vikings still have a chance to be 1-2 and still save their season because they got the Panthers next. So yeah, neither team should be worried. That was a good game. And thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna let y'all go so I'm not just rambling, because otherwise I'll bring up fantasy football again. Because Justin Jefferson, I'm still salty he beat me in that. But yeah, no, all right. Anyway, thank y'all again. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Stay tuned for more videos, streams, and all that. And I'm catching all y'all streams. Isaac, I'm gonna be there. KVI, I'm gonna be there. I should be there. What's tomorrow? Friday? I should be there Friday. I get off at 5, so I'm gonna try to be there. But hell yeah, I appreciate all y'all guys. I gotta get off. I gotta head out. Thank y'all. And big ups. No, I don't know what else to say.